Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. It's already shaping up to be a beautiful day out there, but clouds will be building throughout the day, so it's not going to be as aesthetically pleasing as yesterday was, especially if you're a fan of the sunshine. We do have some residual breezes right now in the Kittitas Valley. The winds, this is actually going to be the calmest day in terms of the winds we've had in a while, but they're going to pick back up overnight and especially into tomorrow. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. So all of us going to need some sort of jacket this morning as you're headed out the front door. Your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations, 60s and 70s as soon as 11, so it's still going to be warm out there, but trending cooler. Will actually be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year for today. Bottom line for the forecast, stronger winds return overnight. They're going to hang around for tomorrow. Rain chances going up Friday through Sunday. Saturday is going to be the wettest day. And look at this flip here. We'll be about 15 degrees cooler than normal for Saturday, 10 degrees warmer than normal for Wednesday. So a lot of moving parts of the forecast that I'll discuss on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, as we head into summer, celebrations are just beginning. But with dry conditions and burn bans, what are the rules when it comes to fireworks? We have the answers just ahead. And a new housing development in Kennewick is promising to help more people that are on a budget get into the home of their dreams. Also today is Juneteenth, a day of celebration, but also of honor and remembrance. We'll tell you more about what this federal holiday means and also show you how people across our region are celebrating. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Thursday, June 19th. Happy Juneteenth. Later on this morning, we'll have more about the holiday, but we want to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off with a crime alert. Now, this morning, one person is under arrest after a stabbing and car crash that happened in Kennewick. Police were called to reports of a stabbing on West 27th Avenue and a crash on Bob Olson Parkway Tuesday. Investigators say 20-year-old Adam Hand stabbed a woman near the parkway multiple times. She managed to escape and ran for help, and police say Hand took off in a vehicle but then crashed into a truck while he was trying to escape. He was captured a short time later.
When officers arrived at the collision, they identified the driver, and then once officers arrived at the assault incident, the female victim provided the name of the suspect, and officers were able to confirm that this was the same suspect involved in the collision.
KPD says the man is facing felony vehicular assault charges and that more charges are likely. 4th of July is just around the corner, and the State Fire Marshal's office wants everyone to celebrate safely. Reminder to check for local bans before lighting anything up and be mindful of your neighbors. Fireworks go on sale in Washington starting next Saturday, that's June 28th, but safety officials say even legal fireworks can be dangerous. Last year, 32% of injuries came from people holding them, and most injuries were burns to the hands, arms, or face. They also warn against buying from stands that are not licensed.
But make sure that you're going somewhere that you trust, and they are explosives, so trust your gut on that. If you feel like something you're buying might not be safe or legal, just go against it.
Now, if you'd rather leave it to the pros, head to applevalleynewsnow.com for a full list of public fireworks shows that are happening in our area. In Oregon, lawmakers are considering a tax on oral nicotine pouches as a potential new plan to raise funds for wildfire mitigation and prevention. This plan is part of an amendment to a bill that initially would have added a non-refundable fee to the bottle bill deposit. That non-refundable fee is now off the table as many lawmakers expressed hesitancy to make changes to a successful program like the bottle bill. The new tax on certain products would add 0.65 cents to each pack with 20 or fewer pouches. Now, for packs with more than 20 pouches, a 3-cent fee will be applied per pouch. And officials say this tax could generate up to $30 million to fight fires across Oregon over the next 2 years. Cherry season is in full swing, and it looks like the tasty fruit isn't in short supply. According to Northwest cherry growers, the quality of the cherries this year is outstanding. 250,000 boxes of cherries are being shipped every day, continuing the rebound from a rough season in 2023. One local grower says he's grateful for a good year.
The economy for the farmers in all fruit has been really struggling the last few years, and so having a good cherry crop for those of us that are diversified to have both apples and pears and cherries is really important, because we need the revenue to come in to be able to keep in business.
Barrett says cherry season will continue through early or mid-July. Now, if you're a fan of sports cards, vintage coins, or just love treasure hunting, there's a free family-friendly event that's coming to Kennewick that you won't want to miss. The PNW Collector Convention is taking over the Three Rivers Convention Center, and that's happening this weekend for the second year. It'll be packed wall-to-wall with collectibles and nostalgia, and the two-day event features more than 20,000 square feet of vendor booths, from rare sports memorabilia to hard-to-find comic books and coins.
This year, we actually more than doubled the amount of vendors that we have. So we have 104 tables and 14 booths, which is pretty cool. So just about 100 vendors. And these vendors are traveling from all over. Vegas, California, I have someone from New York coming out, and all over the state of Washington, of course.
Sounds pretty cool. And again, admission is free, and the doors open on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. and the event will go on until 5 p.m. Now, a new development from Prodigy Homes is officially in the works in Kennewick. It's called Harmony Heights, and the plot of land off of West 10th Avenue and South Georgia Street will feature 28 lots for homes. Development on Harmony Heights is projected to be finished around November of this year. After approval from the city of Kennewick, the foundations of homes can begin construction. And the owner of Prodigy Homes, Jason Wilkinson, wants to supply affordable housing for Tri-City citizens.
Affordable homes is hard right now in general in Washington State. So these homes are going to be around 5 to 6 100,000 in here. So they're going to be done beautifully and masterfully, but you know, without hitting everybody's pocketbook so extensively.
Several local businesses are teaming up with Prodigy Homes on this project that includes Hapo Community Credit Union, TTAP Development, and Knutson Engineering. Now, Juneteenth is the nation's only new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Jr. Day became one back in 1983. And it's not just a day off work, but also a time for celebration and remembrance. Amy Kiley has more on today's significance.
More and more people in our community are starting to understand the importance of this holiday.
Today is Juneteenth, a time to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S.
On June 19th, in 1865, the last of the enslaved people of African descent in Galveston, Texas, got word of the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, which happened 2 years earlier.
It's a celebration of freedom and a day to remember those who came before us.
Juneteenth is the oldest celebration of its kind, but the nation's youngest federal holiday. A law President Joe Biden signed in 2021 gives it the official name Juneteenth National Independence Day. Biden credits advocates like Opal Lee for making that happen.
None of us are free until we're all free. And we're not free yet. There are too many disparities.
Juneteenth is not a permanent state holiday everywhere. For instance, in West Virginia today,
state workers have to report to work, but county buildings where many state workers do work are closed.
Across the country, some celebrations are scaled back this year. Organizers cite safety concerns and growing resistance to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives.
It's important for all of us to stand up, to say we will not turn back.
To make sure you win the race and run your mile. That's what Juneteenth is about.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And there are some Juneteenth celebrations happening in our region. Over in Pasco, a day of service will be held at Kurtzman Park, and that includes a clothing drive, also mental health services, food, and free haircuts. Later, you can head over to Roll Arena in Richland for a skate party. Up in Yakima, there will be Freedom Day diversity training, and in Walla Walla, the celebration gets underway at Heritage Park at 12 p.m. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, mysterious pizzas arriving at the doorsteps of lawmakers. And no, this isn't a new political thriller or comedy. We have why it's got everyone on Capitol Hill on high alert. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Got a birthday coming up? Celebrating a big win? Or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
It's the music event of summer, CMA Fest, with can't-miss performances by Blake Shelton, Megan Maroney, Keith Urban, Kelsey Ballerini, and more.
You don't want to miss it.
CMA Fest, presented by SoFi, Thursday, June 26th on ABC.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. It is cool out there, 40s and 50s in Kittitas County. Then in the Yakima Valley, most of us sitting around 50 degrees. For the lower Columbia Basin, also around 50 degrees, a little bit warmer up towards the Hanford side, around 55. 40s and 50s for the Bluefoot Hills, and it looks like we probably have 30s and 40s up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. A light jacket stuff for this morning. I think as soon as 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock this morning should be t-shirt weather, and we'll hold on to that throughout the rest of the day up until the very late evening. So for today, highs actually going to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. We'll see an uptick in clouds throughout the day, kind of indicative of that storm system that's moving in. Speaking of the devil, here's Futurecast satellite and radar. This is around lunchtime for today. You see this big spinning L in the Gulf of Alaska. This is a low pressure system, and when you hear low pressure, think active weather. So this is going to swing down towards the south and east, and that's going to kick off some, of course, shower chances for Friday, also as we head into Saturday as well. Now trending drier for Sunday and into next week, but for Friday through Sunday, shower chances going up, and we're going to see temperatures going down. So I'll show you those shower chances. I'll tell you how much rainfall we can maybe squeeze out of this storm system and the ebbs and flows to the high temperatures. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, there are now new concerns about the safety and security of congressional lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, as well as members of the Capitol Police. Investigators say pizzas have been delivered to their homes, pizzas they never ordered. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, authorities are investigating anonymous pizza deliveries sent to members of Congress and the people who protect them. Sources tell ABC News multiple lawmakers, both Democrats and Republicans, along with U.S. Capitol Police leaders, have received unsolicited pizzas at their homes. The deliveries likely aimed at sending the message, "We know where you live."
It's not a laughing matter.
Capitol Police saying these recent pizza deliveries are troubling and yet again bring to light the heightened threat landscape we are living in. Security in the spotlight after those shootings targeting Democrats in Minnesota last weekend, and now police confirming a break-in at the home of slain lawmaker Melissa Hortman, saying someone entered the home overnight Wednesday. As for the pizza deliveries, though many arrived last weekend, the deliveries were first a concern years ago.
Even Justice Amy Coney Barrett's family has been reportedly receiving unsolicited pizza deliveries.
Federal Judge Esther Salas' son was murdered in 2020 by a gunman posing as a delivery driver. In April, she told ABC News hundreds of judges around the country have also received pizzas, some ordered in her son's name.
And that says what? I know where you live. My son is now being used to really send threats to judges.
Capitol Police now working with state and federal partners to track down who's behind the deliveries as lawmakers demand tighter security.
We must take immediate steps to ensure the safety of members, and that includes increased funding.
Capitol Police are now asking Congress for a 22% increase in funding to help with the investigation. And of course, we'll keep you updated as more information comes in. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, bracing for Hurricane Eric in the south, and Josh continues with your forecast this morning. That's coming up in his first alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was totaled. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
June 27th is Mariner Moose Night with the Walla Walla Suites, and we're giving away tickets. Enter on our mobile app or on the contest page at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. 5 winners each get 4 tickets to Mariner Moose Night with the Walla Walla Suites, June 27th. Be there.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check. Brian is the regional logistics leader. He makes sure things are ready when it comes to disaster response.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a day in which the clouds will be building throughout the day. Where we're going to have the most sunshine, it's going to be in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains. Highs finally going to begin to get a little bit cooler now, 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, 70s and 80s for lower elevations, mostly 60s up in the mountains. Then for tonight, clouds picking up even more. Could have a few showers up in the Cascades or in the Blue Foothills or Blues. We'll show you futurecast here in just a second. Overnight lows down in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. And the winds going to be mostly light throughout the day for today, but after 8 p.m. they'll start to pick up. Peak gusts around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 35 miles per hour for places like Lexington, Heppner, and Hermiston. And then for tomorrow, very persistent gusts all throughout the day, 5 a.m. on Friday to 5 a.m. on Saturday. Peak gusts could be up around 55 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County, but breezy/windy across the map. Now let's show you futurecast radar. This is 8 p.m. this evening. We'll put this into motion. Maybe a few showers again for the mountains or the foothills. And then looks like it's going to be a mostly dry start to the day on Friday, but 8 a.m., a few showers up in the Cascades. And then as the day progresses, especially into the afternoon and evening, showers are becoming a little bit more widespread. You see no place, it's not going to be a washout, but the uptick, we'll see an uptick in coverage of showers and thunderstorms, and it's going to be even wetter as we head into Saturday. Some lingering showers for Sunday, and then much drier for Monday and beyond. So this ordeal mostly going to be from 5 a.m. on Friday to 5 in the morning on Sunday. Here's some of the rainfall totals. We're expecting 0.5 to 0.6 inches up in the Cascades. Unfortunately, models trending a little bit drier with the storm system now. So to the east of the Cascades, if we can pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall, especially in lower elevations, and that would be quite something. So we'll see if it pans out that way. High temperature is going to go way down into this weekend, about 15 degrees cooler than normal for Saturday, but by next Wednesday, we're going to be 10 degrees warmer than normal. So a lot of ebbs and flows to the high temperatures over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Winds picking up Friday as small shower chances hang around Friday through Sunday, but back to typical summer weather next week. In Yakima, small shower chances on Friday, but rain likely Saturday as highs drop into the upper 60s, back into the 90s as soon as Tuesday. In Ellensburg, very windy tomorrow, rain likely Saturday, then the trend is drier and warmer for next week. In Hermiston, windy for Friday, a struggle to make it to 70 on Saturday with small shower chances, then a resurgence of heat afterwards. Then for Walla Walla, small rain chances overall from Friday through Sunday, then back into hot and dry territory next week.
Thank you, Josh. Now, taking a look at some weather across the world, Acapulco is preparing for the arrival of Hurricane Eric, the storm which picked up increased strength Wednesday, and it's expected to impact Mexico's southern Pacific coast today. Heavy rainfall is expected, which could lead to flash flooding and landslides, especially in areas with sloping terrain. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum called on the population of the coast of Guerrero and Oaxaca to stay alert. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the LA Lakers, known to be history makers, now hitting the record books when it comes to how much the team has just been sold for. We've got the details coming up in your entertainment and sports headlines.
Come out to Giza Stadium Friday, June 20th as the Dust Devils play as the Viñeros de Tri-City. It's a family feast night with special prices on select food and drink and a Viñeros tote bag giveaway for the first 500 fans. All thanks to Giza Credit Union. Saturday, June 21st, celebrate the summer solstice with a post-game fireworks show thanks to ProMade Homes. For tickets, head to the official site DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals and everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide Connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, we're taking a look at the new trailer for the Bruce Springsteen movie, also a new Netflix series that's based on some true stories, and a brand new political thriller.
We've covered all the bases, right?
I think so.
So Douglas Hyde has the details in today's Hollywood Minute.
A new trailer gives us our first look at Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen. He's playing the boss in the upcoming biopic Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, which hits theaters in October. The Bear star does his own singing in the film, which chronicles the making of Nebraska, one of Springsteen's most acclaimed albums.
$10 million worth of cocaine and opiates. You realize we've crossed a line. There's no coming back from this. Don't have a meltdown right here in the mud.
A prominent family turns to crime to keep their empire alive in Netflix's The Waterfront. The series premieres today and is based in part on the real-life experiences of show creator Kevin Williamson.
Kevin Williamson has been very open about the fact that back in the 1980s, his father was involved in trafficking. It was marijuana. You'd be amazed what you'll do when your back is against the wall and you're about to lose everything.
Oscar-winning director Catherine Bigelow gave us military movies like The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. Now she's turning her focus to the White House for the Netflix film A House of Dynamite. Starring Idris Elba and Rebecca Ferguson, the political thriller centers on a missile attack against the U.S. and the race to find who's responsible. A House of Dynamite explodes onto screens this fall. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
All right, I think I've added things to my list, that I need to watch. You? No?
Yeah, with the Waterfront one, that just kind of looked like Ozark, but like more like in the 305
right? Another
setting.
one like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, talking sports now. Reports are coming in this morning that the LA Lakers are being sold for around $10 billion, and that would make it the highest amount ever for a U.S. pro sports team.
Jerry Buss, a chemist turned real estate mogul, bought the Lakers in 1979 for $67 million. And if you haven't watched Showtime on HBO Max, a story about the LA Lakers, it's about him acquiring the team. So just anyway, a little plug for that. But since Buss's death in 2013, the team has been run by his daughter, Jeannie Buss. The majority of the team will now be owned by LA Dodgers owner Mark Walter.
And Walter has a lot to live up to under Buss's leadership. Basketball greats like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaq, and Magic Johnson have all worn the purple and gold. And even now, my boy, Luka Doncic.
Luka Magic.
I know, still hurts.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
But with the Mavs getting first round pick next, well, we'll see. I might go back to being a Mavs fan.
There might be a last laugh.
Yeah, I was a temporary Lakers fan, but maybe going back to Mavs.
You just a Luka fan?
Yeah, I am. He was the team.
Yeah,
most of it.
He was.
All right, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, how the Richland School District is helping students this summer who just need a little boost. William Albert has the details on that story. And the day is finally here. Chick-fil-A in Kennewick. Opening day is today. The doors open in about an hour, and we are there live. So we've got that coming up in your next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, new details on a foldable phone from Apple. A respected analyst says Apple has plans to make a folding version of the iPhone next year. The foldable phone is expected to come with premium pricing. Apple has not commented on the report. Waymo is taking its first crack in New York City, filing a permit to begin testing autonomous taxis. But unlike in Phoenix, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Austin, the company's New York rollout will begin with trained drivers behind the wheel. The company is advocating for changes to state law that would pave the way for full robo-taxi testing. Finally, the head of OpenAI claims that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg wants to poach some of his employees, offering them $100 million bonuses. Apparently, no one has taken the offer yet, but Zuckerberg is reportedly working on projects involving superintelligence. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam.
And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
Fire!
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye. Let's go, beat it. So get Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
I thought people exaggerated about the pain from shingles.
I was wrong. I learned that the hard way.
But you don't have to. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Is that the scent of hope? Justice?
Citrus.
Super.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
So, 3-degree guarantee today, crazy eights.
Crazy eights, yeah. Yesterday I went with the forecast high of 88 in Pasco Tri-Cities and it verified at
88.
88. So that's
Crazy
why
eights.
we're calling it the crazy eights. Jackpot went up to 1,225. That's $1,225. And so the stakes for today, going with the forecast high, much cooler, 81 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 78 to 84, the jackpot's going to hit 1,250, $1,250. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you could scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, now what's on your screen is a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, the beautiful baseball diamond out there for this morning. See a few clouds up in the skies, and the clouds are going to continue to build throughout the course of the day. Thankfully, winds aren't going to be that big of a factor for today. It's a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. That could continue, but elsewhere, mostly light winds. That's not going to be the case, though, for tonight, especially after 8 p.m. Right now, temperatures in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. All of us will need some sort of jacket for this morning. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities, mid-60s by 10. We're going to be into the mid-70s by 2 o'clock and then around 80 degrees at the peak of daytime heating. We're actually going to end up being about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Still a pleasant day to be outside, but more clouds, a little bit cooler. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. Also, I'll show you what vegetation dryness is looking like, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off your half hour of news in Richland, while most kids are enjoying their summer break, the Richland School District is still in the classroom, helping students who need a little extra support. Our very own William Albert is showing us how the Richland School District is working to help kids succeed.
While school is out for many in the Tri-Cities, summer school is getting started for some students in the Richland School District, especially those who are behind or just need a little extra help. The district offers basic high school classes like English, geology, biology, and math for credit retrieval. That's essential since high school students in the district need 24 credits to graduate. Principal of summer school, Paul Shaber, says the summer school students typically fall into one of two categories.
Students who take classes with us are either trying to retrieve a credit that didn't go so well for them during the school year, or they're trying to get ahead so that they can take classes like jazz or choir or drama during the school year without without getting behind on the credits that they need to graduate.
Currently in the Richland School District, there are roughly 1,000 students who are currently in summer school. Now, while that might seem like a big number, that is actually a drop from last year. And the school district says that their focus is keeping students on track.
One way the district does that is through the strong connection between the students and their school counselors.
Like, hey, it would be really good for you to take this class in summer school, either retaking it or maybe you should think about taking this class during summer school so that you are ready to take this next class next school year. So the counselors are having those conversations all throughout the spring.
But Shaver says it's not always easy for students to catch up once they fall behind.
Our high school is set up to only earn 6 credits per school year, which means if you miss just one, you're now behind. So that's why summer school is one of those big, one of the best ways for students to regain the credits that they may have lost.
Right now, the district has a study group looking into ways to better support students during the school year, so they're not so dependent on summer school.
Significantly shorter summer break, so that we lengthen spring break a little bit, we lengthen Christmas break a little bit, and then shorten summer break, so that there's less getting lost during the summer, which would mean that there's not really much time for a summer school session. So I think that would help, honestly.
And unlike some districts, Shaber says Richland Summer School is flexible, allowing students to take their work on the go.
Their students can work on them anywhere, anytime. So it makes it very flexible. If a student is going on vacation for the first month of July or first week of July, they just grab their Chromebook and take it with them, and they can be working on their summer school wherever they are.
Helping students catch up, get ahead, and ultimately graduate. That's the goal of the Richland School District. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, William. Now, summer class registration for the RSD is now closed. In Yakima, the City Council is moving forward with a plan that could cause complications for a piece of Yakima history. The council voted to keep construction on 6th Avenue as a possibility for the next 6 years. This could impact the trolley that runs between Yakima and Sela. Residents and representatives from different groups expressed their opinions both for and against the decision.
They're not just buildings left over from a bygone era. The Yakima trolleys and their staff are survivors. They've endured decades of hardship, fought through one major obstacle after the next, and persisted with almost no support, fueled only by the dedication of volunteers and the passion of the people who care deeply about preserving our history.
Council members say none of the potential construction projects are set in stone, and it isn't necessarily the end for the trolley. Now to Pasco, a senior dog missing for 3 years across the country has finally made it home, and that's thanks to a viral post from the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter. Tri-Cities Animal Services says last December, a dog they named Old Timer came to their facility. Old Timer is a nearly 9-year-old Jack Russell Terrier mix. He was picked up by the shelter after the man he was with was arrested and taken to jail. His microchip was unregistered, and after a failed adoption and some medical problems, Old Timer was still at the shelter. But on June 4th, the shelter posted Old Timer's picture saying he was up for adoption, and that picture made its way to a woman in Missouri who identified him as her dog, and that had been stolen from her 3 years ago in Florida. The city of Pasco says this story serves as a reminder to keep those microchips up to date.
Even if your pet is microchipped, you've got to keep the information updated with your current address, your current phone number, so that if this happens, you're not waiting 3 years to get your pet back with you. Our animal control officers have portable scanners with them all the time. So if they find a dog or a cat that's out running around, they can scan it right away and give you a call.
An Old Timer, whose name is actually Jack, has been reunited with his true owner, who says she feels truly blessed to have her best friend back. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's opening day for Chick-fil-A in Kennewick, and we'll show you some exclusive video from the special ribbon cutting ceremony, and we'll also take a live look at the people already in line for some more chicken. I'm very jealous. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have another look at your weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Register today. Register your team for $140. Ends midnight Tuesday, June 24th.
Online security is, like, as a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to worry about it. I know when my kids are on their devices, they are protected because I'm not always sitting right next to them. The reliability, the connectivity, the security, everything is kind of all in one. That absolutely makes it worth it to me.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
The Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event is going on now at Overturf Kia. Look for the summer discount stickers on select vehicles. The new 2025 Kia Sportage is available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid starts at just $29,990. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Get employee pricing plus 1.9% and $4,500 bonus cash on a 2024 Ford F-150 STX. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Bonus zone savings include Pepsi brand 12 packs, buy 2, get 2 free. Save $3 on Old Trapper 10-ounce beef jerky. Plus find Seattle's best 12-ounce ground coffee for $5.49. Wrangler men's regular fit jeans are just $17.99. And Mobile One 5-quart full synthetic oil is $21.99 after rebate. Store-wide 3-week savings are happening now at Bi-Mart since 1955.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 total customer cash, plus $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This week, we're coming in hot. GMA's popping up all across America at local mom and pop coffee shops because we want to meet you. So, will we be at your favorite place? It's time to espresso yourself and tell us what fills your cup in the morning on Good Morning America.
Thunder now 1 win away from an NBA title.
Our backs are against the wall. Lose, the season's over.
Focus on one thing, and that's winning one more game.
The NBA Finals, Game 6 on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. We're going to see partly cloudy skies, highs in the low 60s up in the Cascades, near 80 in Ellensburg, and it will be a bit breezy, but nothing in comparison to what we're going to see for tomorrow in terms of the winds. In the Yakima Valley, light winds here, partly to mostly cloudy skies, high temperatures up around 80 degrees, and then for the lower Columbia Basin, also around 80, partly to mostly cloudy skies and light winds here as well. In the Blue Foothills, mid-70s in the Morrow County foothills, but around 80 for Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then 60s and 70s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Mostly sunny skies here. Where we're going to see the most sunshine for today will be in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains. A bit breezy in the foothills. Looks like the winds are going to be pretty light in the higher terrain of the mountains. Okay, here's today's vegetation dryness forecast. Remember, these have been adjusted for typical dryness per microclimate. Still critical dryness in the Cascades in the upper Yakima Basin. The rest of us, except for the lower Yakima Basin, in that elevated level of dryness. So that's what it's going to look like for today. Here's what it's going to look like by Sunday. Definitely a lot better. Just seeing medium and limited dryness out there, thanks in part to the cooler temperatures, thanks in part to the rain chances that we'll have for this weekend as well. So I'll show you how cool we trend. I'll show you those shower chances, and also I'll show you how much rainfall we can maybe squeeze out of the storm system. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. All right, check this out. It's the day a lot of Tri-Cities fans and myself have been waiting for. It's finally here. Chick-fil-A in Kennewick is opening its doors to the public for the first time this morning. So yesterday, the city welcomed the restaurant with a special ribbon cutting event, and people in the community got the opportunity to try food from a limited menu. The restaurant is locally owned and operated by Dawn Hodges, who has made the Tri-Cities her home for the last 12 years. And the business is expected to bring more than 100 jobs to the community. And now here's a live look outside as people are already lining up. The restaurant is set to open its doors at 6:30 this morning. Kennewick police officers will be helping to direct traffic on that busy Canal Street. Also, this Chick-fil-A location is taking part in the Shared Table program, which means at the end of the business day, surplus food will be given to local nonprofits. But stay tuned because our very own Dan Hansen will have a live report for us in our next hour. All right, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh will be back with your full First Alert weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
End of spring sale at Queensgate Gardens. 30% off annuals and vegetable starts. Hurry in while we still have a great selection. Queensgate Gardens, where adventure grows.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Light up your sleep life with $100 off any Dr. Choice Original or $200 off any hybrid. Save $500 on the best-selling Tempur-Breeze and score a $300 gift. And check out the Summit for only $299.99. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. It's the 4th of July sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a partly to mostly cloudy day, except we could have a little bit more sunshine in the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains. High is going to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. 70s and 80s for lower elevations, 60s up in the Cascades, and 60s in the Blues as well. For tonight, clouds increasing even more. Could have a few showers up in the mountains or foothills. We'll show you that in a second with Futurecast. And overnight lows down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Wind's going to be mostly light for today. Could have a few isolated pockets of breezes, but after 8 p.m. this evening, that's when the winds are going to start to ramp up. Peak gusts around 45 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 35 miles per hour from places like Lexington, Heppner, and Hermiston. Then for tomorrow, persistent and consistent breezes / winds all throughout the day. 5 a.m. on Friday to 5 in the morning on Saturday. Peak gusts around 55 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, 45 miles per hour in the Morrow County foothills. So across the map, it's going to be breezy / windy. Okay, now let's show you Futurecast radar. This is 8 p.m. this evening. We're going to step this forward in time. Could have, like I mentioned a few minutes back, could have a few showers in the foothills or the mountains for tonight. And then for tomorrow, this is 8 in the morning. Looks like just some light showers in the Cascades, but as the day progresses, especially into the afternoon and evening, starting to get a few more showers for lower elevations. Definitely not going to be a washout, but the coverage is going to go up, and the coverage is going to go up even more as we head into Saturday. So really, this whole ordeal is going to be Friday through Sunday with the wettest day on Saturday. Can't rule out a few thunderstorms, but trending drier for Monday and beyond. Here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting from this storm system. The bulk of it's going to fall from 5 a.m. on Friday to 5 in the morning on Sunday. 0.5 to 0.6 inches of rainfall in the Cascades. To the east of there, especially for lower elevations, it's going to be a struggle to pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So unfortunately, models are trending a little bit drier with this storm system, but still trending cooler as we head into this weekend. About 15 degrees cooler than normal by Saturday, but we'll heat things up again as we head into next week. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Winds picking up Friday as small shower chances hang around Friday through Sunday, but back to typical summer weather next week. In Yakima, small shower chances on Friday, but rain likely on Saturday as highs drop into the upper 60s, back into the 90s as soon as Tuesday. In Ellensburg, very windy tomorrow, rain likely Saturday, then the trend is drier and warmer for next week. In Hermiston, windy for Friday, a struggle to make it to 70 on Saturday with small shower chances, then a resurgence of heat afterwards. Finally, for Walla Walla, small rain chances overall from Friday through Sunday, then back into hot and dry territory next week.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we're starting off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, Walla Walla PD is being awarded with 2 grants aimed to help local crime victims and survivors of domestic violence. The first will go to WWPD's Crime Victim Service Center and will fund a crime victim advocate for the next 2 years. The second grant will fund the training of a DV high-risk team, and you can find more information at applevalleynewsnow.com. The Walla Walla County Traffic Safety Coalition is hosting a free child safety seat check on June 28th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Walmart parking lot. That's on Southeast Meadowbrook Street in College Place, and certified child passenger safety techs will be working one-on-one with people, also showing them how to install a child safety seat and also how to harness one. And if you're a fan of sports cards, vintage coins, or just love treasure hunting, listen to this. There's a free family-friendly event happening this weekend in Kennewick. The PNW Collector Convention is taking over the Three Rivers Convention Center. It'll feature vendor booths with rare sports memorabilia and also hard-to-find comic books and coins. Doors open Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. In Yakima, a much-anticipated project is finally done, and now it's time for the grand opening. The Aquatic Center at MLK Junior Park will be officially open at 2 p.m. today. A special ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place, then there will be a short celebration, and then it's everybody into the pool. This is located at the corner of South 9th Street and East Ray Street. And today is Juneteenth, a day of celebration and remembrance. Over in Pasco, a day of service will be held at Kurtzman Park. That'll include a clothing drive, mental health services, food, and free haircuts. And in Richland, there's a roll arena. That'll be a skate party. Up in Yakima, there'll be Freedom Day diversity training. And in Walla Walla, the celebration will get underway at Heritage Park at 12 p.m. Now to your national headlines this morning. Karen Reed has been found not guilty a second time of second-degree murder in the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Reed was accused of driving drunk and running over him, leaving him to die in the snow in 2022. Reed was found guilty of drunk driving, sentenced to 1-year probation and no jail time. Israel's military strikes against Iran are splitting the U.S. A poll found that 49% of Americans approve of them and 46% disapprove. But most voters agree the strikes make the world more dangerous, with 59% saying so. Overall, voters give President Trump a 46% job approval rating. In your business news, the NTSB is issuing an urgent safety bulletin warning of potential problems with the Boeing 737 MAX. The recommendation follows 2 incidents on Southwest Airlines that hit birds. Those flights had hit some birds, and the NTSB found issues with the engines that, when damaged, can cause smoke to enter the cabin and cockpit. The agency is recommending modifications to engine software. An explosion rocked South Texas late last night. It came from a SpaceX Starbase facility in Boca Chica, where a rocket on a test stand exploded. SpaceX called it a major anomaly, and the Starship rocket was preparing for its 10th flight test. SpaceX says all its employees are accounted for and there were no injuries. The cause of the explosion and extent of the damage are not yet known. In your health headlines this morning, more seniors are dying from accidental falls. CDC data shows rates of unintentional fall deaths increased between 2003 and 2023, and that's both for men and women ages 65 and up. The rate was higher for men, and by race, Caucasian people had the highest rate of unintentional fall deaths, but researchers say they're still working to find out why. And the FDA has approved a new HIV prevention shot. Drug maker Gilead Sciences says the twice-a-year injection to treat HIV can now be used as to prevent infections from happening. In clinical trials, the drug reduced the risk of HIV infection by 96%. It'll be distributed under the brand name Yeztugo. And the company adds, based on insurance coverage, it could take up to 2 months for someone to get their first injection. Talking sports now, the Florida Panthers and their fans are celebrating the team once again winning the Stanley Cup championship. Back-to-back champions, now fans and players are already talking about a three-peat. A celebration parade will take place on Sunday for the players and the fans. And the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders will have something to cheer about during the upcoming season, a 400% pay raise. The news was announced in the latest season of the Netflix docuseries America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders, but it's still not known exactly how much the cheerleaders will be making now. The club's overall value is estimated to be roughly $9 billion. All right, trending this morning, we're talking about Zlatko, the piano-loving cat.
Take a look. Oh. Well, Zlatko lives with his owners in Croatia, and when his
oh, that is too cute.
And
oh,
when his professional pianist owners play, Zlatko just seems to drift off into a peaceful sleep. In the last 6 months, Zlatko has become famous through Instagram, racking up millions of views online. Viewers who watch him snooze as his owners pound away at the piano keys.
That cat seriously looks like my new kitten. So cute. Well, it's not just classical music that, like Chopin, or that he seems to like. He also enjoys the theme song to Cheers and other songs as long as it's on the piano. Is it the piano, or is it just being close to his owner? Because I feel like my kitten does that. She just wants to be around me.
Yeah, I think it's that, and maybe like vibrations of the piano feel good.
Yeah,
to the
maybe.
cat.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, also, President Trump is trending for the completion of a project of the White House grounds. So 2 new 88-foot tall flagpoles will be installed. One of the flagpoles installed on the south lawn and one placed on the north lawn. President Trump says the flags were desperately needed, and he offered to pay to have them installed on the grounds himself. So in a ceremony yesterday, the president and others celebrated with the raising of the flags, but he says the flags are a gift to the American people, and he says he spent about $100,000 of his own money just to get the project complete. All right. We got more coming up. Stay tuned, because coming up next, we're celebrating Juneteenth, and we take a look at some celebrations that are happening locally and across the region as well. With all those details coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. Also, if you're into collecting things, we've got just the place you want to be this weekend. Those details are also next. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've never seen a cloud like this before, so let's just take this in.
Ooh, that is beautiful.
Kind of looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
What kind of cloud is that? A stratus?
I'll have to break out my college textbooks, okay? But yeah, we're tracking some cooler weather into the weekend. Also, shower chances going up. I'll show you both those storylines coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.